I have a question from the producer of Chris. How to find the good husband?
Who has the biggest kontol?
I don't know, Chris.
This is also my country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always protect Indonesia
Okay.
against
From Malaysia.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Bule Go Vlog. And here, I like this kind of guest because we have a guest that can do anything. He is a comedian, he's an actor, he's a singer, but most importantly, he's an English translator.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hifdzi. Applause.
Yes. I'm the sand painter. Sand painter, yes. Chris, I speak English today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
You speak perfect English.
No, not really.
When are you going to do comedy in English?
What?
Comedy.
I don't know. Because it's so hard. I have tried when you come to become guest in my content in GJLS.
Yes.
And I try to translate my comedy.
And nobody like.
Nobody like. And that's trash.
No. But also talking about comedy.
Yes.
Your special, which is called Comedian
Chillik.
Little Comedian.
Little Comedian.
Little Comedian is out on digital download.
Yes.
Where can people find it?
Yes. www.krebs.co.id.
www.krebs.co.id,
Yeah.
which is your website.
Yes.
Nice.
KREBS.id.
And why should people buy? Like do a promo.
So funny. It's so funny. And it's maybe it's different with the Indonesian stand-up comedian doing a special, because in my special there is the improv comedy.
Singing improv, yeah?
Yes, singing improv, and I answer the question from the audience.
That's Papa Hifdzi?
Yes, I do it in live, and that's improvisation.
Okay, then let's try. Do you have some questions for Papa Hifdzi?
No, Chris. It's okay. Let's go.
Producer, ask a question for Papa Hifdzi.
You ask me, just you. It's okay.
What kind of question?
Up to you. I can answer the question, but I will answer in English or in
you can
bahasa.
do whatever you want.
Okay, English.
You're a superstar.
English. I will do it in English.
Okay, first
Answer
the producer.
question.
I asked the second question.
What? You don't know? I casino.
Yeah, please.
It's okay. Up to you. The question about love. About what?
Have you married?
How to get married? How to find a husband?
How to find the good husband? Okay, I will change myself to Papa Hifdzi, right?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam. Answer, Chris. Ya. Asyhadu alla ilaha illallah. Okay, I have a question from the producer of Chris. How to find the good husband? Okay. First, you find it with your heart.
Oh.
When you find it with your heart, you don't look the money. You don't look the faces. Face. Yes, no faces. Face, not the faces.
Faces is
faces is me. Okay. You find it with your heart. That's the first tips from me. And the second is there is no, and the third is there is no. So I just have one tips. Thank you very much, Chris. It's so hard, yeah, to answer in English, yeah.
No, you're doing great.
No,
but like you're, and it's good. It's good advice also.
Okay. Thank you.
So Papa
Is
Hifdzi,
this good advice from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I think he's bad advice. I think first you should look at the money, and then.
I think she looked the money, not the heart.
Are you calling her?
judge you, I
are you
judge you.
calling her Ani Ani?
Yes, maybe. Oh no. No. you know the ani ya?
A lot of Ani.
You'll have a lot of ani. In
See
Bali,
sushi, so many.
in
invite
Bali,
me.
in Jakarta.
Oh, in Jakarta.
In Jakarta.
Because in Bali they know I'm not rich.
Oh,
But people from Indonesia think I'm rich. So they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
please, every day they fried me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I have a question for Papa Hifdzi.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
How I have a problem.
Mm-mm.
My wife
Your wife?
is not happy
Okay.
about my girlfriend. What do I do?
Your wife not happy about your girlfriend?
They're not friends.
Huh?
They're not friends.
They're not friends. Okay, it's the hard question for me because I haven't tried it, but I don't want to try it.
You come with me. I make you try.
No,
It's okay.
I don't want to try it because if I try it, my wife will kill me, and you too, because you
probably.
advise it. This is my answer.
So I have to break up with the girlfriend or with the wife or with both?
You know that from your heart.
From my-
Yes.
So
You
it's
see
only
it
one answer for every
from
question.
Your heart.
Your heart.
Your heart. Your heart is
Hati.
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 This is hati.
Yeah.
This is ampela. You said it.
Ampela.
Hati
Ampela.
and ampela.
What's ampela?
Ampela. Just said it.
Ampela. What is ampela?
Ampela.
Is
Just
the
said
nipple.
it. Hati.
Ampela.
No. That's
What is nipple?
nipple? Yes. Nipple is ampela.
Ampela.
Okay. Nipple is ampela.
What is it making me say?
If there is someone you know the translate of the nipple, you say ampela,
Ampela.
because this is hati, this is ampela. That's
Okay.
good.
Kamu ampela.
Huh?
No.
No, I'm not ampela.
This is ampela.
This is ampela. Yeah.
It's-
I'm
It's
tunjang.
very hard.
Yes, I'm tunjang.
Tunjang.
Tunjang. Okay.
I have no idea what's happening. So Papa Hifdzi. No, Hifdzi. Regular Hifdzi.
Yes, I'm Hifdzi now.
So in your special, you sing, you do Papa Hifdzi.
Do Papa Hifdzi improv comedy.
So you didn't prepare anything.
Maybe there is in Papa Hifdzi I prepare one question that I prepare so I can funny with that question. So I have been written first, so the answer will be funny. But in other question, this is improvisation.
Okay.
And
So only one is funny.
yes, the only one is funny. The other no funny.
And I really have to say thank you to Hifdzi, because this is what happened. I had my show, which is going to come out on Chomika, Aku Chin Chau Kamu. And for the final, I asked Hifdzi, and I was like, Hifdzi, please, can you host? And he didn't even want to get paid. I mean, he wanted to get
I
paid.
won't get paid.
And then I said, I have no
But
money.
you don't get paid me. No, it's okay. It's okay.
That's why at the beginning I asked for the whole GJLS. And Regan and Lispo said, give me money. I was like, okay, only Hifdzi. It's okay. But this is, because of course, Hifdzi is a superstar, and
No,
I'm
no.
not yet. But this is what I told Hifdzi. And this is true. I told Hifdzi, because you host for me, anytime you want me to open, you want me for one of your show, I do it for free.
Okay, Chris.
And he was like, okay. And then he did a show and he didn't even call me. He didn't even want me for free. That's
No,
how
not
much
Chris.
he likes me.
You
He preferred to
No,
pay
no,
other
Chris,
people
Chris.
than to have me for free.
You live in Bali.
I will come for
you
free.
go to Africa.
No.
Okay, I will have show in 4th April. This is the mini show.
4 April?
4th April.
I'm not.
Kan?
4 April I do a show in Labuan Bajo.
Oh, okay. I will make the other show and I will ask you to.
But whatever, I come
Okay.
to your house, I cook, like anything.
No, there is my wife.
Apple? No, what is it?
Ampela.
Ampel.
Ampela.
Ampel.
Ampela.
Ampela.
Ampela. Nipple is ampela.
Ampela.
Okay, that's good.
Producer, what does ampela mean? Tell me the truth. Because I know I'm saying something weird. What is ampela?
This is hard to describe it. Ampela.
Ampela. How many ampela do you have?
2.
Okay.
This and this.
I have 3.
And my wife ampela.
Okay.
My wife's ampela.
Everybody.
Everybody has
Everybody has.
ampela.
But Hifdzi,
Yes, Chris.
so you started. Tell me about your comedy journey.
Wow, it's a long journey because why I make my special called Comedian Cilik because I have been have the dream to become a comedian. This from the junior high school.
Oh,
Yes, I make my group of comedy with my friends because I see the television program. There is API, Akademi Pelawak TPI, in English apa ya? Comedian Academy Indonesia, Indonesian Comedy Academy.
API.
API, Akademi Pelawak.
Pelawak.
No, Chris. Yeah, I see the program because the people so funny there. So I want to be the comedian too. So I make my group of comedy with my friends. We practice, but we never have a show. We just practice, and then I senior high school. I become a host. Host. Apa ya? MC itu?
MC?
Master of ceremony.
Host is okay.
Yeah, master of ceremony in the music festival in my city. On the other senior high school, and then I moved to the Yogyakarta to have kuliah apa kak? To have a college. Yes, I have college there.
Did you finish college?
Yes,
What did you
7 years.
What's 7 years is too much. Is it supposed to be 7 years?
Yes, because I want very smart, so
Yeah,
I spend my
because
time.
you like it so much.
Yeah, I
that
like
you want
it.
to stay more.
That's my passion to learn 7 years.
What did you study? He doesn't even remember.
Arabic literature.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Damn.
I didn't expect it. Yeah.
Yes, Arabic
You
literature.
look not smart, but
Yes, because I'm not smart. If I'm smart, I'm in the international relation. Yes, so I come into the Arabic literature,
nice.
and then I moved to Yogyakarta, study, and I joined the community Stand Up Indo Jogja, community of stand up comedy. And I try. I come to the competition like you in season 4, Suci.
Not like me, because I was juara tiga.
Yeah, yes. I'm big five. I'm big
okay,
five. Yes,
okay,
I'm big
okay.
five.
Oh,
and then-
the one that did very bad is Rispo, yeah?
yes. he is
Regan, very good. You
Very
okay?
good.
Rispo sucks.
Rispo out in second week. Yes. I do.
But why now Rispo is more famous?
I don't know. Now I'm me.
You're
now
more
me.
You're the most famous.
No. Regan, the most famous. I do the competition and out from there, and yes.
But so
like this.
this is the thing now. How long ago did you do the competition? How many years ago? Almost 10, yeah?
2013.
Okay,
maybe.
more than 10.
Yes.
So 11 years ago. So now, how do you stay motivated? Because you did all your dreams.
Yes.
You became a big comedian. You are part of GJLS. Now you went from a contestant to the host to the MC of Suci.
Yes.
You're a superstar. Now you have your clothing brand, Big Jenga. Like how
not
do you
sell well.
Not
This is not sell well.
You didn't even bring me a T-shirt. You give it to me. I promote for free. I promote.
Okay, Chris.
So now, what do you want now?
So many.
Yeah,
Chris, so many.
Still a lot of.
Yes, I want to make. Now I make the company with Rispo and Regan GJLS.
Entertainment.
Yes, entertainment company, and I have my own too. Like I sell my clothes, and then I make the crabs. Crabs. The crabs. The www.crabs.id. That's my company too. I want to. That's entertainment too. So if GJLS is the talent of the GJLS company, and me the talent of my company. So but I want to make another plan, like I want to learn ngajarin to make the course for the artist.
Also, you want to teach?
Yes, not only me. I can ask people to
of course,
teach.
Of course.
Yes, I want to make
for
the
comedy.
course. For comedy for the artists, because I think there are so many artists that they cannot sell their self and they are so good in their work, but they cannot sell it.
And that's a big problem, because when you're an artist, sometimes you think only about the art,
Yes.
whatever it is, music or comedy. But part of being an artist also means being a good salesman.
Yes, I want to make the course. Maybe not me for the teaching. I can ask someone to teach like that.
But I have a question, because now you're starting to have a few companies for yourself. So is it like, because GJLS is like the Backstreet Boys. is the Indonesian boy band.
Yes.
Are you starting your own company because your guys are splitting?
No.
Are you sure?
Because GJLS in with my company different tujuan apa? Tujuan.
Hifdzi.
Purpose, different
Hifdzi,
purpose.
Tell the
yes.
truth. Are you guys not happy? I
He's
need
happy.
we
are very happy.
I need something viral. I need drama. So
fuck you, Chris.
no. So I want you to say 3 things that you hate about Regan and 3 things that you hate about Rispo.
Regan.
Yeah, like look at the camera and say, Regan, fuck you because, and say so.
Regan, fuck you.
Okay, cut. We put this out and perfect.
Oh, that's your way.
Yes.
Okay.
No, please.
Okay.
What
Regan is so apa ya? Terlalu perfect. Bukan terlalu perfect. Terlalu preparation. He is to perfect preparation.
No, a bad thing about him, not a good thing about him.
No. I think that
too
can
much.
be maybe sometimes it's too much, because when we want to make something, we just make it and we perfect it later. Regan is overthinking. Yes, he's too overthinking.
Like
sometimes.
Like for example, sometimes for content, example, I think about the content and I prepare and then it does nothing.
Okay.
And sometimes in 2 minutes it becomes viral.
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
Regan
too much preparation.
Yeah, sometimes, but
when the camera was off, he was saying that Regan is ugly. He doesn't like.
Yes, ugly too he is.
No.
Yes, Chris.
and Rispo?
Rispo ugly too. Third of us ugly.
Okay, let's play this game.
Okay.
You have to put number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Okay.
Between the GJLS.
Okay.
Who has more comedy talent?
Comedy talent. Rispo.
Second?
Regan.
And then you.
Me.
Who has more money?
Regan.
Then?
Rispo.
And then?
Me.
Who is more handsome?
Me.
Oh.
Rispo. Regan.
Oh, so Regan, you think
so ugly, Regan. So weird. The face so weird, Regan.
And in GJLS, what is the dynamic? Is one of the 3 the boss, or you're just all same level?
Yes, we are
like when you make decision, is if 2 say yes and 1 say no,
yes,
you do
like
it?
that. Like that. We have the same. We are the people. It's so hard to speak English. We have the same apa ya? Sama apa ya? Derajatnya sama gitu, apa bukan derajat apa ya?
Okay, you have the same saying, the same.
Yes.
Okay, who's the most good Muslim?
Good Muslim?
Yeah.
Maybe me.
Second?
Maybe Regan.
Okay, Rispo no good. who's the?
But in this fasting, Rispo fasting.
Good Rispo.
Because he won't go umroh next month. So
I don't know what umrah is.
Umroh is you go to the Mecca and Madinah.
I've been to well, not to Mecca, of course, because
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
Muslim. But I had this joke in Suchi, and it's true. I was working on airplanes, and 1 month I live in Saudi Arabia, bringing the pilgrims to Mecca.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good, Chris.
It was so cool.
Yes, that's so cool.
And-
Rispa won't go to Umrah
And Jeddah is such a beautiful city.
yes.
Have you been already?
No, I go to I go to Umrah with Rispo and Regen.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, next month.
And Jeddah and Medina, which is the city of the Mecca, is not that far. I was staying mostly in Jeddah, but it's such a beautiful country,
Yes.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and of course, especially on that time of the year, is
That's
fantastic.
one of my dream to come
Of course,
there. Yes,
of course. And okay, who's the best husband?
Best husband, me.
Okay. Then second.
Rispo maybe.
Rigen. No.
Rispo. Okay. Rispo.
I know Rigen wife. who has the biggest kontol?
I don't know,
who's
Chris.
biggest?
I haven't seen their kontal.
What do you mean? No, you go play football together. You shower. It's normal.
I don't know, Chris. Maybe Regen because
How do you know? Maybe.
he is from East.
okay.
He is from East. Okay, and then me and because yes, when I met the girl last long ago.
How long have you been married?
4 years. 4 years.
Oh, okay, not that long.
5 years.
Okay. And so is GJLS or your company now finding new talent, or like GJLS only works with the three of you? And
That's one of the plan for GJLS, but we prepare it. We prepare it for so we can we can invite the talent for become our talent management. But now the talent is only the GJLS,
Okay.
because we want make it perfect. So when we have talent, kita memastikan itu apa? We want make sure that they have a job, they get the lot of money. But now we just
you take all the money for yourself.
Yes, that's that's the point, Chris.
Good. But yeah, because I think that is one of the most difficult thing, especially when you become a comedian and some people start to know you, is to, okay, what do I do now? How do I sell my art
Yes.
to people? And there's very few people at the top who's getting all the jobs, and so it's difficult to break through.
I think in Indonesia, in the community stand up Indo, the people is so supporting.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is one thing that I perform in 4 different continents in my life, and Indonesia is very unique.
Yes.
Is actually the easiest place to learn how to become a comedian, because usually in other countries is a competition all the time. And there are some countries that, for example, if we are on a show and we're on the lineup and you're getting a lot of laughs, I'm angry because you're stealing my laugh. But in Indonesia, everyone helps each other, which is amazing.
Support each other.
Yeah.
We there is Bang Panji. Bang Panji will support me. They will teach me. They open for me to ask the question for him. So I think our community is so strong.
Yeah.
We support each other.
And in the future, are you planning to do like Pak Komeng? Are you also going to go on politics?
No.
And what do you think about Komeng?
It's okay. Bang Komeng is I know he's a good people.
Yeah.
And when he decide to become the senator, he didn't promote himself. Yes.
But what I like the most is that I saw that the picture that he used is the same picture that he used for Komeng. It was like everyone's serious and smiling.
Yes. And he get the lot of suara apa kak? Lot of vote.
Yeah.
Yes, so many.
I cannot vote, of course, because I'm not from Indonesia.
Yeah.
But I would have votes for
Bang Komeng. It's so good. Bang Komeng.
What's the difference? I still don't understand it. Why is Chin, Abdel, and Bang Komeng and Pak? What's the difference between Pak and Ching and Bing and...
Ching is the code for the Betawi. Betawi is Jakarta people.
Okay. It's
Suku
Chin.
itu apa suku? Suku itu apa? Jakarta
At
people.
the beginning, I thought it was for Chinese. And I was like, but Abdel is not Chinese. Why they call him Chin?
No, Ching is because he's Betawi. He's Betawi, and Bang is for the general of Indonesia. A lot of people said to the older boy that said Bang.
And Pak?
Pak is the Pak you. Pak
Hifdzi.
Pak apa ya?
It's for like a formal thing.
Yeah, but why sometimes Pak and why sometimes Bang?
Yeah, because the Indonesia is the multicultural country.
Yeah.
So
Why do you try to make an accent when you speak English?
what?
Like when you speak English, sometimes you speak normal, and sometimes you're like a rapper almost. Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know, Chris. It's so hard to answer it. I don't know.
He's struggling
because
so
this
much. He's
This
sweating.
is my natural gesture from me. I don't know to answer your question. This is my natural gesture, I think.
And now you're also gonna have a new special show.
Maybe at the end of this year, maybe.
Okay.
I think semoga ya. I hope. Inshallah. The special show it will call pribadi tour. Pribadi.
What does pribadi mean?
Pribadi is nipple too.
What is pribadi?
Personal.
Personal.
Personal tour.
Oh.
Pribadi.
So
kalau bahasa Inggris jadi jelek ya, jadi personal. Pribadi.
And you're gonna talk about your wife and your family?
Yes, still the same, the theme. Yes.
So you always talk about your family and your wife?
Because that's my keresahan, my anxiety. No, keresahan apa ya? Because that's my problem, so I must tell.
That's a nice way to say. My family is my problem.
Yes.
It's not like my family is the thing I love the most.
No.
And my wife is the most precious.
No.
It's your
My
problem.
family is my problem.
Which is true.
You too.
It makes sense. Yeah.
You too.
It's fine.
So
I cannot say because I'm afraid of my wife.
I'm too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think wives are the most scary thing
Yes.
that exists. That's why I have so respect for some Muslim men that get more than one wife. I could never. Like even if I can, in my religion I cannot. But even if I can two, no, it's too
Only
much.
one. Me too. Maybe.
Yeah.
Me too. One is so scary.
And I was also because I was divorced before. I was married before to a Russian woman. And then I find a second wife. If I divorce again, I'm just gonna stay alone by myself. I'm very okay. Yeah.
But now you happy with your wife?
I'm very happy. But that's also, but it's true, they give you always problem.
Yes, but they give.
But it's like children,
Yes,
children, they cost a lot of money. They give you a lot of problem. They give you a lot of worry, but it's still okay.
Yes.
Maybe man is made to be happy when men have problem.
Yes.
But I don't know, it's difficult, because sometimes you think about, maybe if I was single, I was like, I could.
Yes, you can free go anywhere. We have the same thing. But
So-
when I see my wife, so I love her so much.
Yeah, also me. When I see your
my
wife.
dog-
When I see
your
my
wife too. No.
Okay, so now we have a game session.
Okay.
With every guest, we have a different game.
Okay.
And so in this game, the producer is gonna give us a word, and we have to sing a song with that word.
Okay.
The fastest one wins.
Okay. So it's a competition. Okay. So this is how we do competition. So to answer, just like you have the buzzer, you have to grab Super Mario and then you can answer.
Oh, okay. This is make song.
No. They tell you a word and you have to sing a song with that word.
Okay.
Song that you already know, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, you cannot
song that-
invent.
okay. I not improve ya. Okay.
Not improve.
Okay.
Put the Mario.
Okay.
Okay.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
So competitive, Chris. So
Yeah.
competitive. So bule. He is so bule.
It's so true.
It's so true.
Look, he's getting competitive as well.
Okay.
You don't even know.
5, 4.
First, I love my first sight on you. That's my song. I will release it next month. Chris. Okay.
I can't live without you. I can't live.
Bahasa Indonesia dong. Bahasa Inggris semua. Chris ini mau
Okay,
yang mana?
you can also use the same word in bahasa and cinema.
Okay. Bila waktu telah
It's a real song.
berakhir, teman sejati hanyalah amal. Bila waktu.
But it's true that you have also song published. You are also singer.
Yes.
Why is your voice so bad?
Because we can edit it.
Oh, auto-tune. Yeah.
Yes. Can you sing it?
No.
Bila waktu telah berakhir, teman sejati hanyalah you can sing it. Hanyalah amal. That's good.
Applause.
Asyhadu alla
Asyhadu.
ilaha illallah. That's religious
Oh,
song.
is it?
Yes.
Nice.
Opik song.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Okay.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wow.
I just didn't want you. I just didn't want you to have it.
Wow. Cari pacar. Bukan. Baru tadi malam kita berkenalan. Lalu
She doesn't know the song.
Lagunya itu loh Kak, yang baru tadi yang lagu zaman dulu.
I know.
Yeah, you know. Okay. He is the more Indonesian than you.
No, not I know the song. I know a song with you.
Baru tadi malam kita berkenalan.
No, I know what. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York, New York.
Okay.
Who's keeping the score? What's the score?
We will give it in the editing.
So you don't even know. She's not even paying attention. I don't know why I pay
You
her.
2, I'm 1. 2 and 1. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
If Hifdzi says that, it's okay.
Aku banyak padahal ini. Fuck. Aku suka kamu.
I don't know.
Like. Oke.
Tetot.
Oke, Tetot.
That odd. How many songs there are? First you think, then you grab it.
Kamu buat aku tersipu, buatku malu-malu saat bersamamu.
Okay, the next one you have to sing in English though.
Okay. Here. Baby, oh baby, oh. Okay.
I was gonna sing Hit Me Baby One More Time.
You must sing it in bahasa.
Baby, what's it?
No. Next bahasa, okay? Bahasa.
Harapan.
Harapan.
Harapan. I don't.
Oke. Harap tak berpisah. Rezarta Mevia, ya kan? Berharap tak berpisah.
I don't think she's just.
Yes.
She just say yes because she likes you.
Yes. Okay. So who is
wins?
the winner? Me. Okay.
No. We're gonna play until I win. This is my show. We play.
This is my country. I must win. On my country.
This is also my country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always protect Indonesia
Okay.
against
From
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closing. Oh, it's already finished. Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming.
Yes, Chris, you're welcome.
To summarize, I see with you I cannot even speak English. To summarize, so big yenga,
Big yang
yeah, your
Yes, my brand.
that's why you're not selling. This is no, you're not promoting well. Big yenga for what kind of clothing?
This is
you do?
for the big size.
Ah, okay, so for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
big
that's the
size
problem.
people.
That's the everyone in Indonesia is small. It's only you, Rispo, Regan, and me that are big in Indonesia.
Yes.
That's why you're not selling. You have to make small size, not big size.
No, because the
Because the rich people in Indonesia are fat.
Yeah, very. The seller is just very small, very little. So I make it focus on the big size.
So big yenga, comedian cilik.
Komedian cilik and apa ya? Ya, buy my digital download Komedian Cilik in www.crabs.id.
Okay, and because I'm lazy today, I'm not gonna do the closing. So you have to look at the camera and do the closing and tell to subscribe.
Okay.
And say that Chris is very handsome, very talented, and all the stuff.
Okay, people in the world, you can like this YouTube, comments, and subscribe Bule Go Vlog
He
because
doesn't even know the name.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even know the
Chris, because Chris is so funny. He loves Indonesia very much, and he hates Malaysia. And follow the Instagram. The Instagram, what the Instagram? Bule Go Vlog.
name. Yes.
Bule Go Vlog.
Okay. No, this wasn't good. So say why you should subscribe as Papa Hifdzi.
Okay. So people in outdoor and indoor, just like, comments, and subscribe Bule Go Vlog, and follow the Instagram and TikTok Bule Go Vlog.
Oh,
That's good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Chris.
Thanks so much. Why? Is it an Indonesian thing? Why do you shake it and don't shake it like this?
Yeah, because we are far.
Okay.